Just people trying to be macho, show that they got grit.
He's still got it.
Taste
That's
that.
about all they
Yeah.
end up with.
Knuckle sandwich from Eastwood. Hello and welcome to another More Movies Reacts. My name is Greg Fisher. This legend sitting next to me is David Roberts. And in today's video, we're going to be reacting to the trailer for the new Clint Eastwood film, Cry Macho. Dave, do you know much about this film?
Nothing really, apart from it's, directed and starring Clint Eastwood, and it's coming up at the end of this year. That's about all I know, really.
The old boy, he's 90 years old and he's still making films and still starring in them as well. Where does he get the energy from? I don't know.
It's like a compulsion for him, isn't it? He can't stop. He has to.
Yeah, I can understand that. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep moving forwards. You've got to keep working. If he suddenly took a couple of weeks off by the pool, he'd probably crack it. But nobody kills Clint Eastwood, as we've said before. He's the main man, isn't he?
He is the main man.
On the IMDb, it says, one-time rodeo star and washed-up horse breeder takes a job to bring a man's young son home and away from his alcoholic mom. On their journey, the horseman finds redemption through teaching the boy what it means to be a good man. So your sort of standard Clint Eastwood kind of narrative, isn't it?
Yeah, this is kind of going back, isn't it? The Clint Eastwood formula.
Yeah, exactly. Right then, let's dive into the trailer. Let's see what it's all about, and we'll have a little bit of a chat about it afterwards. Sound good?
Sounds good to me, sir.
Let's do it.
Back when we had winners, I was afraid to lose you to the competition. 5 times you won the All-American. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? That was before the
This is not his first rodeo.
before the booze. You know how many people told me to just cut you loose?
Oh,
You gonna
Dwight
say
Yoakam.
anything?
Howard, I've always thought of you as a small, weak, and gutless man. But there's no reason to be rude.
He's looking his age now, isn't he?
He's sounding it as well.
me, Mike. You gave me your word. And that used to mean something. My son, Rafael, he's in trouble. I want to get him out of Mexico.
You want me to go down there and kidnap him?
Please, just get him back up here.
Just you?
Just me. Hey, Rafa, you can come out now. I'm a friend of the family.
Touch me and I'll kick your ass, old man.
Jesus Christ. Get in the back.
We go and I tell you, okay?
Look, the only place you're gonna go is the hospital.
You get too angry. It's not good for you. You used to be strong, macho.
I used to be a lot of things, but I'm not now. Now, I'll tell you something. This macho thing is overrated.
This macho thing is overrated.
Just people trying to be macho, show that they got grit.
He's still got it.
Taste
That's
that.
about all they
Yeah.
end up with.
Knuckle sandwich from Eastwood.
It's like anything else in life. You think you got all the answers. I'm Mike.
Marta.
Still got a glint in his eye for the ladies.
And you realize you get
Certainly
older,
has.
you don't have any of them. We all have to make choices in life, kid. You have to make yours.
His name is Macho. Like me, very strong rooster.
Whatever.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Guy wants to name his cock macho. That's okay by me.
Well, there we have it. This does look like an amalgamation of quite a lot of Clint Eastwood's former films. You've got it's reminded me a little bit of the one he did quite recently, The Mule. You seen that? Where he plays like a aging drug runner, where he basically runs drugs over the border back into, because he's an unassuming old man, he's the perfect sort of mule, because nobody would really suspect him of having £1 million worth of cocaine in the back of his truck. But so there's a little bit of that in there. Obviously, the whole rodeo cowboy element. He's always been the big tough cowboy. there's also that kind of, having a bit more of a meaningful relationship with a younger person from a different ethnicity, which he did in Gran Torino.
Yeah.
When he had the Hmong neighbors next door that he kind of got close to. He does that very well, that whole thing, with the little kid there touching him on the hand. He likes to include that sort of sentimentality in his movies as well. And it's quite a thing to hear him say, though, that the macho thing is overrated, considering his entire career has been built on
the macho ideal. Yeah, exactly. And that could be really a really interesting angle for it. It's kind of almost a film that deconstructs his career almost in a way.
So macho, he's gotta be so macho.
It's the thing he's been doing for quite a lot of his later roles now, isn't it? It's the old man looking backwards, the younger people, and all that kind of thing that has been his niche now. But this is the first time I kind of looked at him and gone, "Oh, he looks old. He sounds old." You're almost thinking, "Is this his last? Is this his last rodeo?"
Well, I've thought that for the last few. I mean, the Mule I mentioned earlier, he was getting on a bit in that, and you'd probably say the same when you get around to watching it. But yeah, maybe even more so here. But at the same time, he's still there. He's still doing it. There's that bit where he throws a right hook and lays that guy out. It's like, well, Clint's still chinning people and still.
It's still there. He's got the glint in his eye and the look
still
and
dishing it out.
That little grin. The
Yeah.
charisma's there, but you kind of do think
Diane ain't much of a living boy.
He does have the ability to make a very, very good film. I'm thinking my favorite of his more recent efforts was $1 Million Baby.
amazing film.
It was very emotional. It was an excellent piece, I thought that. I'm not sure if he's topped that since. Gran Torino was fun. I did enjoy it. It's a good film. The Mule was okay. It was all right, not too bad. And now we've got Cry Macho as well, which looks to be following in that same vein. So it's more of the same here, really, from Clint. It is quite a winning formula, for fans of his films. I imagine that'll be quite, anticipated, and they'll look forward to seeing it. I'd watch it. I'd give it a watch. I'm not expecting too much from it, to be honest, because it does feel a little bit like, we've seen this one before. But, like you said, it might be his last film. You never know at that age. So I'd give it a spin.
Yeah, it does seem formulaic in terms of it's the, similar kind of story. And with him being in it, it becomes that kind of thing. I've enjoyed more of his films recently that haven't starred him usually. Thinking of things like I really enjoyed Jersey Boys.
I haven't seen that. I'd like to see that. It looks really good.
Yeah, that was fantastic. He did Sully as well, and
I haven't seen that either, and that looks really good. I should watch that. Yeah.
There's a few, and he did that J. Edgar film, and Victor.
That's another one I haven't seen either. I've actually got it here to watch at some point. I haven't even unwrapped that one yet, but I noticed there was a Clint Eastwood film as well, and DiCaprio in it, and obviously about J. Edgar Hoover. And I thought, I haven't even got round to watching that yet. But
and that's it. It's always kind of. I think at this point, it's better when he does something because he's a very good director. I think where he's not really involved, because I think when he becomes involved, apart from the odd film, there's a stereotype there. And
as an actor, you mean?
As an actor, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He's smart enough to know that these kind of formula films that he does will pull in a certain amount of people, a certain crowd. So I think that's why he does them, because, as you say, he's also producing other films that he's just directing. He's not starring in as well. So, and they tend to be maybe a little bit different, a little less formulaic, and a little bit more interesting. Whereas this kind of thing is a Clint Eastwood vehicle, directed by Clint Eastwood. Same old story, really. It's a road movie. The young guy is going to teach him lessons about himself that he didn't realize, and he's always got a past, hasn't he? You had Dwight Yoakam there, who's more famous for being a country music star than an actor, but I'm sure he does a fine job as an actor as well. But his character was insinuating, oh, you've always been trouble. You've always been a bit of a dodgy rebel, and it's like, of course, it's Clint. That's the role he always plays.
He's the Maverick, of course.
He is the Macho Man.
Step into a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
Well, there we go. Like I say, I'll give it a spin when it comes round. Why not? Been watching Clint Eastwood all my life. Why change now?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll catch it at some point when it comes around, and it's still Clint, and we do love Clint. So
yeah, there we go. What do you think? Watching this, are you a Clint Eastwood fan? Do you think this film looks good? Would you go and watch it? Let us know. Leave us a comment. We'd be interested to hear from you. But I think that's it, Dave. We can wrap it up there, and please come and join us again for another More Movies Reacts. If you enjoyed this one, thank you for joining us this time. And remember, keep watching more movies.
That's it for this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And remember to like, share and subscribe right here on YouTube. For more film reviews and articles, join us on our website, moremovies.co.uk. Or join us on social media at More Movies For You. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all across the board. You know the score. If you enjoy our content, please consider supporting us at buymeacoffee.com or join us on patreon.com. Links in the description down below. And for more filmtastic content, click one of the buttons on screen now.